So this is gonna be an easy recipe for a wonderful macaroni salad that is perfect for any sort of party that you might have in the summertime, or any sort of a family meal. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a pre-cooked box of 1 pound of macaroni. You're going to want to rinse it with cool water. And now what that does is it actually stops the macaroni from cooking, and this is a cold recipe, so we don't want this to be hot. Now I have some spices here: garlic powder, I've got pink Himalayan sea salt, paprika, and black pepper. Now I'm just going to sprinkle this in, add this in here. Kind of just give that a little bit of a light toss. It's not going to matter because we're going to be doing a lot of stirring in here, and you will need a pretty large bowl, or you're going to be going outside of the bowl and making a big giant mess. Now, next, what we're going to do is you're going to want to add in some chopped celery and some chopped onion. Now, if you don't like a lot of onion and you don't like a lot of celery, then you can kind of, gauge it to your own taste. But I personally like big chunks, and I like a lot of crunch. So just kind of fold that in, mix that around here. And the great thing about this recipe is that you can sort of just gauge this to whatever it is that you like. If you don't like something, you don't have to add it. And if you like another type of vegetable that is not in here in this recipe, just go right ahead and throw that in there. Now next, I'm going to add in some of my favorite here. These are some chopped sweet peppers. And I've even left a few longer peppers here, just so maybe I could garnish at the end and make everything look nice. So I'm just gonna kind of remove these and set these to the side for right now. So now add these in. This is gonna give us a whole lot of color, and I don't like to chop them too fine because I like that crunch and the difference in texture that these are gonna give. Mix these around in here, and as you can see, we're already filling this bowl up, and we're almost up to the brim now. So you definitely wanna make sure that you have a big enough bowl to accommodate all the stirring and mixing that you're gonna have to do. So now next, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to move on to the wet ingredients. Now this right here is a can, a jar. This is gonna be 8 ounces of mayonnaise, and you're gonna wanna add all of this, just because you want some moisture in here. You don't want a dry salad. A spatula might work best to make sure you're getting everything out here. Just go ahead and give it your best. Sometimes it's difficult, but if you have a large jar, you can go ahead and just use a measuring cup. That is gonna be just the same thing to give you 8 ounces. So one cup is what we're aiming for. Okay, that looks about good. And if you like a little bit more of a moist salad, and you feel like when you get to the end of this it could feel a little bit dry, you can go ahead and add more. Now I'm going to stir this around in here just as best as you can. It doesn't have to be completely incorporated in, because like I said, you're going to be doing a lot of stirring just to finish this off. Now I'm going to add in some more stuff for some texture and some crunch and also some color. I'm a personal fan of carrots, and I like big chunky crunchy pieces of carrots. So I'm just going to sprinkle these around in here, and just do it to what I feel looks about the right amount. Like, there's no exact science to it. And then I'm going to take some pimento peppers that are already pre-diced up, and I'm going to add those in. Go ahead and keep on mixing and try to just incorporate all the vegetables and this mayo in here together. And then I'm going to move on to the next moist sort of ingredient, which is going to be Dijon mustard. It's going to give us a little bit of tang, and it's going to give a little bit of kick to this salad, but like I said, you add it at your own discretion. If you don't like a lot of mustard leaf flavor, don't worry. I would say about 4 tablespoons. You can sort of just eye it. I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, good. And the real thing is here, you can always add, but you can't take away. So when you get to the end and you taste this, if there's something that you'd like, you know, if you want a little bit more of a mustardy taste or you'd like a little more mayo, you can go ahead and add it. So it's better to do less first, seasoning wise, than in liquid ingredient wise than more. Okay, so another mix. I would just say mix between each step would probably be a good suggestion. That's just going to give you a better you know, blend of everything and sort of distribute everything evenly. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in 1/4 of a cup of sugar. This is going to give us a little bit of sweetness, and I've measured this out in a cup right here. And you know, you don't have to add as much. If you like it sweeter, you can go ahead and add more. I think 1/4 of a cup with 1 pound package of pasta sort of works good. Go ahead, as I said, and bring that all together as best as you can. This isn't going to be the final mix, but we're helping ourselves along the way by mixing between each step here. Trying to keep everything inside of the bowl. As you can see, it can get a little bit difficult. And then, okay, I'm going to add in, for some extra tang, 1/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. I'm going to use that same measuring cup that I just poured the sugar out of. So as you can see, we have 1/4 cup here of the apple cider vinegar. And I kind of try to just circle this around and get it sort of evenly right in there. Go ahead, one more small stir just to incorporate everything. And this actually looks pretty moist. I think when we get to the end here, I'm pretty sure we're not going to need any more wet ingredients, which will be good because when you refrigerate this, it is going to dry out a little bit, but it's going to impart a lot of flavor. So if you pre-make this and let it sit before for example, a cookout or a get-together, you're going to get a lot more taste, and it's going to be even better than it is the second that you get it finished. Now, the last ingredient that I like to use are eggs. And eggs just bring some texture. I've already pre-chopped one. I like to keep them kind of chunky. I'm going to keep those a little chunkier. And then I'm going to just finely kind of chop or slice this last egg and keep the pieces larger, because then you're getting that color and that texture. And you know, it just brings another level to the salad. Okay, dump those in. Don't have to be picky. Give it a little bit of a mix, but we're pretty much mixed up, which is what's good about mixing between each step. And now what we're going to do is we're going to give it a little bit of a taste here and just see how all this seasoning is working. Hang on a minute, I don't have a spoon. Well, I use this spatula. This is great.
What would you add or improve?
You know what? I think it's perfect as is, but I might add maybe some fresh herbs, parsley, dill, something like that chopped up. Maybe take this, put my little peppers on the top, and just make it look perfect for entertaining people. A kind of a dinner party, serve yourself, sort of a salad that everybody's going to love.